His mama slow beneath this tree said, I'm fighting for dirt, not for gold. For this red barn, this story untold. He came home thin with a medal and pain, but he never complained, just worked in the rain. And every 4th of July, without fail or fuss, he raised that flag like a sacred trust. So the flag on the hill still waves so slow, over cornfields, over graves down below. Not for glory, not for war, but for the ones who gave much more. It flutters in wind, in rain and snow, like the promise we made long ago, to stand, to serve, to live free. This flag is the land and the family. My boy wore boots in a desert far, said, Dad, I'm keeping the same bright star that guided you, that guided Pa. Then the knock came slow on a cold December. We buried him near the old oak line, where the mockingbirds sing and the sun still shines. And I tell his daughter when she asks why that flag flies, 'cause he said that's why. So the flag on the hill still waves so slow, a symbol of love, not just of show, of breakfast shared, of prayers we knew, of working hard, of seeing it through. It's not just red, white, and blue. It's Grandpa's hands and my boys too. And if I fall, let it be on this good ground, where the flag flies free. They talk of cities of power, of fame, but this dirt, this cross, this quiet name is what they died for, plain and true. Not a crown, but a sky so blue, and a child who knows what brave means, from a flag and a man and dreams. So the flag on the hill will wave so long, as there's a heart that still holds strong, for the soul, the oath we keep, for the ones asleep and the ones who weep. And when I'm gone, don't you fold it tight, just let it fly into the light, for the land, the free, the brave, the meek. This flag is my family. The flag on the hill still waves, still prays, still stays. Didn't go to no city hall, didn't wear white, didn't spend it all. Just two old souls in Sunday best, with shaky hands and a heart still blessed. The kids brought chairs from every home, laid them in rows round the apple stone. Sarah played I'll Fly Away on the porch piano, and the wind carried every word like a halo. So we said I do right here in the backyard, under the oak where the sunlight's so scarred by time and seasons, by love and by loss, but still strong enough to hold us across. No judge, no crowd, just the ones we hold dear, with a pie on the table and a prayer in the air. And if heaven looked down on, I know what it said, they've earned this joy after all that they've bled. Billy read the words from Mama's old book, voice cracked once like he couldn't look, but he smiled through, said, Dad, it's right, she's been your life since the stars took Mom from sight. Jean wore wildflowers in her hair, gray as the dawn, but radiant there. She said, I ain't young, but I'm yours tonight and every morning, for as long as life. So we said I do right here in the backyard. No need for rings on a hand so scarred, just love that waited, love that stayed through every storm that time had made. Neighbors clapped, the fiddle played slow, and the crickets sang like they knew, you know, that some loves don't start with a spark or a flame, they just rise again and stay the same. We don't need years, just one more spring, one more harvest, one more thing to grow old slow, hand in hand, on this good earth and this holy land. So we said I do right here in the backyard. No need for show, no need for guard, just grace and grit and a love that grew like corn in July, strong and true. Now the lanterns glow, the stars one step at a time. Right here in the backyard with Eugene, with all of you, thank you for being here. He remembers back-breaking workers pull on my boots and alarms gone. He remembers back-breaking insurance that on my west on the walls and blues. They remember back-breaking office and blue, but then get as many as and be. We didn't have much, but we had honest days, and the sun bore down on our hard-earned ways. But the cotton didn't stop growing when the world was gone. We wasn't feeling like there's that good through sun. But man, could there really strike right in any boy once heard her red soul into a part night. Now the winter curtains by burst through weeds and stone. I still hear the rustle when the cotton stopped growing. We'd gather at dusk when the work was done, share a dip of tobacco and talk of the sun. Old man Jenkins would play his beat-up guitar, and we'd sing old songs beneath one bright star. The kids all left for the city's bright light, said, "Pa, this land won't feed us right." I didn't blame them, just nodded my head, while the tears in my eyes stayed warm and red. Yeah, the cotton stopped growing when the times turned cold, when the rich got richer and the poor got sold. No more bales stacked high in the harvest moon, just silence and weeds in a long gone tune. And the house stands empty, the well's running low. I still feel the ache when the cotton stopped growing. I reckon progress has its place and name, but it don't know my daddy's first and last name. It don't know the sweat, the prayers in the road, the pride in a harvest no one else would know. Now the cotton stopped growing just a shadow on the porch as the years drift by. But if heaven's a place with a fence and a plow, I'll be back in the field with my face to the vow. And the Lord will say, son, you kept on sowing when the cotton stopped growing. But my heart kept growing when the cotton stopped growing. I stayed, I stayed. Monday morning, she's out in the mud, chasing chickens, fixing the plow with blood on her hands from the thorn and the wire. But she laughs like it's part of the order. She milks a cow, feeds the hog, sings to the corn like it knows the gods. And Friday comes, she washes her face, puts on her dress, and I see my place. 'Cause she can two-step in rubber boots, spin like a top and break the roots. Fiddle screams, the floor starts to shake, and the whole room says that's one fine make. She don't need a ballroom, a chandelier, just a beat, a grin, and a man who's sincere. And me holding on, trying not to fall every time she dances. She owns it all. We danced first time in a tractor shed, rain pouring down, not a soul inside dead. I said no music, she said we got rain, so we waltzed to the thunder, no shame, no pain. Now 50 years gone and her hair's turned gray, but she kicks off her shoes and says let's have a day. And when that old fiddle starts to cry, she's 16 again, and so am I. 'Cause she can two-step in rubber boots, spin like a whirlwind, light up the roots. Fiddle screams, the neighbors all shout, she's still got it, no doubt, no doubt. She don't need a stage, she don't need a crown, just a man who loves her in this little town. And when the band plays and the stars come out, she owns the floor without a doubt. They say love fades, well they ain't seen my girl in that dress dancing wild and keen. She's my heart, my laugh, my rhyme. The best thing I ever did was marry that wife. Yes, she can two-step in rubber boots, kick up the dust and make the room salute. Fiddle's on fire, the bass is low, and she's dancing like she don't know it. She's old and she's tired, that time's run fast. She's just my girl in that moment and class. She can two-step in rubber boots. Lord, I love that woman. Yeehaw! Play it again, fiddle boy. We've shared its fence since we were boys. Worked the same dirt, raised the same noise. Him and me, like brothers, sure true. Same church, same truck, same morning dew. But then one day in June I saw his wife standing in the barn door stall. Sunlight on her hair, coffee in hand, and I felt something I couldn't command. I don't blame him having her. She's kind, she's strong, she's everything pure. He's a good man, he's my best friend, but I love her, and it won't end. Not in fire, not in fight, just slow, quiet every night. And if I burn for this sin I've known, I don't blame him, I blame the road I've gone. She don't know, she'd never guess. Just smiles and how's your harvest, yes. But when she talks, I hear the grace, and I see a life I can't replace. I've walked away from that back porch life, fist clenched tight in the dead of night. Prayed to God to take it away, but he just let it stay. I don't blame him for loving her. He built that home, he earned every word. He fixed her fence, held her through pain, while I just watching the rain. And if I die with this truth in my chest, let them say I fought but failed the test. And if she's happy, that's all I know. I don't blame him, I just love her too slow. It ain't lust, it ain't rage, it ain't pride, it's just two souls who met on the wrong side of a fence, of a vow, of a sacred line, and I cross it every time in my mind. I don't blame him for loving her. He's the man she chose, he's the man she heard. I'm just a shadow, the one who sees the life I want on his knees. So I'll stay silent, I'll do my part, work the land, break my heart. And if I burn, let the flames be true. I don't blame him, I only blame. I don't blame him, I blame wind that carried her voice to my sin. I wake up slow when the rooster don't care. Buckle my belt, say a prayer to the air. Coffee's black, boots are cracked, dog's name's Blue, and he's got no back. That old Ford sitting where the gravel ends, paint's peeling off like a sunburned friend. It rattles, it shakes, it coughs through the gears, but it's never left me stuck in the years. I'm just a cowboy with a creaky old truck, a dog, one leg, and a pocket full of luck. I don't own much, but I owe even less, and I sleep like a baby on a hay-strewn mess. No fancy house, no city view, just wide open sky and boots that knew the dirt, the wind, the long haul through. Yeah, I'm just a cowboy, and I'm happy like that. I wave at folks in pickups twice new. They honk and speed, I wave right through. Ain't in a rush, got no boss to please, just the cattle fence and the evening breeze. Met a girl once in a diner in Dodge. She said, "You're too quiet." I said, "You're too large." We laughed, shared pie, she left with a smile, and I still think of her once in a while. I'm just a cowboy with a creaky old truck, a dog with one leg and a pocket full of luck. I don't chase riches, I don't chase fame, just a cool creek, a good horse, and a name that folks say kind when they call it out. No need for more, no need to doubt, just sun, dirt, and a faithful route. Yeah, I'm just a cowboy, and I'm happy like that. The world's got folks with silver and suits, but they ain't seen the dawn on these open routes. I may be poor in the way they see, but rich in the things that set a man free. I'm just a cowboy with a creaky old truck, a heart full of quiet, and a dog named Luck. When I'm gone, just lay me down where the prairie grass waves and the hawks make sound. No fancy stone, no long speech, just a whisper, he lived beyond reach, a greed of noise of what they preach. Yeah, I'm just a cowboy, and I wouldn't change a thing. Just a cowboy. we're 16s, you're new in town. Hair like honey, feet not touching the ground. You didn't know dirt roads or the sound of a crow, but you smiled at the roost too, like loved him. I showed you the creek, the barn, the sky, and you taught me to read poems I never knew why. Then one June night, beneath the old tree, you said, stay with me, and you gave me your knee. No, we swung on that rope slow and low, swore we'd love through rain or snow. You said no matter where you go, I'll be right here when the blossom blows.
No ring, no church, no written vow, just us that swing and the here and now.
And if time could stop, I'd make it be right there under the apple tree. They sent me off in '62. Said, son, come back if you come back soon. I wrote you every week till the mail ran thin, and the war stole the days, and the silence came in.
I came home slow with a limp and a scar. Knocked on your door, but you weren't where you are.
The neighbor said she waited years, then moved to the city and dried her tears. So I swung on that rope all alone, whispered your name to the wind and stone. You said you'd wait beneath the bloom, but the world took you and left me in gloom.
Still I believe in your promise to me.
Right there under the apple tree. 40 years past, I was gray and slow when a letter came with your handwriting, though.
You wrote I never married, never could see
Another man who looked like thee. I kept your letters, your photo, your name, and I came back today to the same old lane. So we swung on that rope slow and low, two old hearts beating just like before. You like I promised to.
No need for words, no need to be
anywhere else, just you and me. Back where it started, wild and free, right here under the apple tree. Under the apple tree, where love began and never left, just waited.
He remembers the back-breaking work, long night mass, answer the land's call. Their haven roars, I'm quite seen the wonders, back to back, the ditch. He remembers back bite, the bedroom with us, the long letter might and my clothes. We remember like the bright, we see the letters by the land of the line. He took me to these bad ways and bad old man don't know, but I let love the love first on. He won't be robbers, average traders, out of full on a flat nearest the ruin. He wore a mask mattress.
We'd gather at dusk when the work was done, share a dip of tobacco and talk of the sun. Old man Jenkins would play his beat-up guitar, and we'd sing old songs beneath one bright star. it's all left for the city's bright light. Said, Pa, this land won't feed us right. I didn't blame him, just nodded my head, while the tears in my eyes stayed warm and red. Yeah, the cotton stopped growing when the times turned cold, when the rich got richer and the poor got sold. No more bales stacked high in the harvest moon, just silence and weeds and a long gone tune. And the house stands empty, the well's running low. I still feel the ache when the cotton stopped growing. Progress has its place and name, but it don't know my daddy's first and last name. It don't know the sweat, the prayers and the roll, the pride and the harvest. No one else would know. Now the cotton stopped growing, so did I, just a shadow on the porch as the years drift by. But if heaven's a place with a fence and a plow, I'll be back in the field with my face to the vow. And the Lord will say, son, you kept on sowing when the cotton stopped growing. But my heart kept growing when the cotton stopped growing. Bureau drums, no piano, no halo piano on the hose. Oh, after 60 harvests, I reckon it's time to go. The doctor says my back won't bend, and my knees scream every time I'm in. I was riding the tractor this morning, and knew young Billy Joe said, take care at home. She ain't got the soul. Dear old dirt and dirt and brown and true, you fed my family, carried me through droughts and floods, through joy and pain. You gave your best, and I did the same. I never thanked you, just took in toil. But I loved you, dirt, all the while. Yeah, I loved you like a man loves home. Even when I was broke and all alone. I buried my dog beneath the sycamore tree in my first corn crop near the old creek. You held my tears when Mama died, soaked them right up, never denied. I kissed your soul when my boy was born, and whispered, grow strong like the fields at dawn. Now my hands are weak, my sight is thin, but I still feel you deep within. Dear old dirt, brown and true, you fed my family, carried me through droughts and floods, through joy and pain. You gave your best, and I did the same. I never thanked you, just took in toil, but I loved you, dirt, all the while. Yeah, I loved you like a man loves grace. You held my life in every trace. They'll pave you one day, I know it's true. Turn you to parking, sell you to new. But when the wind blows through that empty lot, I hope it carries what I cannot. A whisper soft from an old man's soul, that dirt was holy. Made him whole. Dear old dirt, rest in peace. You gave a poor man a life of ease, not in gold, but in bread and pride, in honest sweat and arms open wide. So when I go and my bones lie low, lay me back where the wild grass grows, and let me turn to dust like I belong back to you. My old dirt. Where I'm from. Dear old dirt, thank you She moved in quiet after he passed. 3 years gone, snow on the grass. I saw her struggle with the gate one morn, so I fixed the latch, didn't say much, just stayed till it was morn. She brought me soup when I had that cold. No words, just said it by the old wood stove, then left with a nod and a smile. But that small act made my heart stay a while. We ain't rushing, we ain't trying to hide, just two souls healing side by side. She brings me pie, cut her wood, talk about nothing like the weather or food. But in the silence, something true is growing slow, like morning dew, not like fire, not like flame, but like a quiet, steady rain, one step at a time, one step at a time. We sit some nights on her porch swing, watch the fireflies dance and sing. She hums a hymn, I tap my boot, and I forget I ever lost my route. Her boy lives far, mine moved away, but we've got now, and that's okay. She said love don't come just once, you know. Sometimes it waits for the right tomorrow. We ain't rushing, we ain't scared to stay, just taking love one day at a day. She calls me neighbor, I call her Jean, but the way she looks at me says more than a name. And if we hold hands when the stars climb high, it's not too fast, it's just goodbye to loneliness, to the years we lost. We're counting gains, not the cost, one step at a time, one step at a time. They said you're too old to start again, but love don't care about when. It grows in silence, in shared routine, in coffee, in chores, and what love means. We ain't rushing, we ain't pretend, just two hearts that can mend. And if we walk down that dusty lane, hand in hand, through joy and pain. Let the world talk, let time just fly. We're not in a hurry, we're just alive. One step, one step at a time. One step at a time. With you, Gene. With you. You're no the coffee on that tune, the one you've sung since June of '71. Your hair's gone gray, your step's a little slow, but when she's the first time I know, you fold a towel like you always do, and hum a hymn I never knew. But I know you, every line, every grace, and I fall in love in that quiet space. It's still the first time when you say my name, still the first time I forget my pain, still the first time I feel brand new, every time I look at you. 40 winters and the fire still bright. You're my morning, you're my night. And if I live to be 92, it'll still feel like the first time with you. We've had our storms, we've had our years, lost a child, faced our deepest fears, but you held my hand through the darkest door and loved me more than I could ask for. Now the house is quiet, the kids are gone, but I still watch you move along that kitchen floor with that same old grace. And I thank God for this everyday place. It's still the first time when you touch my hand, still the first time I understand that love ain't fireworks, love ain't show. It's you right here after all I've known. Through the years, through the gray and blue, it's still the first time. It's still the first time with you. They say time fades the brightest flame, promise the soul can keep. It's still the first time when you say I'm here. Still the first time I conquer fear. Still the first time I feel it's true that I was made for only you. So when I go and my breath is through, I whisper still, the first time with you. Still the first time. Every morning, every night, my only love, my wife.
Now still no rest every morning at home. Though you've been gone, dear, since the corn was shucked and drawn. Your chair's full of dust, but I won't move it aside. Like maybe you'll walk through that back door. I raised our 3 young uns on beans and on prayer, mended their jeans, kissed their hurts with care. You worked the field late, came home cold and sore, but you held me close and we loved all. Oh, the light in the kitchen window still burns through the night, like a beacon for wanderers coming back home alright. It's not much to see, just a bulb in the pane, but it shone through the storms, through the joy. I hope someone sees that light's still on for the ones overseas. Jenny moved west with her husband and kin. Says the desert's too dry, but she's trying. City works double each week, sends me a letter when the words aren't too weak. And Billy, my baby, you never got to know, he wore your old boots when the draft said go. Where the poppies all grow, and I pray every night that the Lord lets him know that I loved him enough to let him go. runs overseas. The house creaks at night like it misses you too. The radio plays that old hymn we once knew. I talk to your picture, wipe dust from your face, and tell you the news with a smile and a grace. They say, Ma, come live where it's warm and it's bright. But this land, this home, it's my heart's only light. When my time